Okay, so remember they're changing my voice. Notice that this group KISS, and there's lots of groups out there that prove my point. This was the one that comes to mind, so I just Googled it real quick when I just wanted to show you about heavy metal, rock and roll kind of stuff, and how it's obviously satanic, and how it connects to, you know, the social clubs, the boarding schools, you know, and the various fraternal orders, police orders, what have you. You know, they're Satanists. And the rock and roll guy's like the guy, in a sense, that's the most fed up with it, who's just lashing out because it's fucking with their head. Where everyone else is kind of comfortable with it, rolling with it, just acting like a regular asshole. You know what I'm saying? But obviously I'm against them all. I'm against the world, right? Satan is the god of the world. And I worship the one true God, God over everything. Not some kind of bully, knucklehead, beta deity, there for idiots dumb enough to rebel against the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order. So I'm sure by now in this video series, if you've been watching it from the start, you know that I'm right. You know that I'm right to be mad. You know I have 22 witnesses to them provoking me and fuming me and harassing me on record. And you know it's stupid to pretend that I'm crazy and so on and so forth, and you see only betas doing that and what have you. Okay, so as you see this thing, you know, on the screen, it's called the Psycho Circus, right? And circus, right? Focus, right? Focus, right? Cuss the enemies of God by your actions, okay? And circus, right? You know, being unfocused like a circus, you know, circus freaks, circus midgets, tall guys on stilts or whatever, you know, people breathing fire, sluts who are acrobats and so on and so forth, you know, circus nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And these people are fucking retarded. Pretty straightforward, no other way it could be. Okay, so it's the psycho weirdo circus, you know, and it extends into the quote-unquote professional world. Because again, the corporate is the core pirate. That's a very key part of this. Most people know corporate greed, top 1% occupy Wall Street, 1 in 5 CEOs are psychopaths, and they didn't see the statistic. They know something like that because they act like lunatics, arrogant, entitled fools, privileged dogs, denial, what have you. And fragility, right? Even as I speak of this, you're listening, you're like, oh man, he's not supposed to say these things. You're asking for trouble because they're not men to where they can take logical and fair criticism. They're some kind of sissies in a suit. You know what I'm saying? And we see this time and time again. And part of the fruit of their Western tree, of their world tree, of the cultures that are allowed in the world, okay, it's part of why I'm being screened out, is that massive heavy metal culture, the massive greater rock and roll network, emo, goth, heavy metal, death metal, you know what I'm saying, punk rock, and on and on and on and on and on, all kinds of subcategories with significant followings, okay, millions and millions and millions and tens of millions of fans in America alone, right? This is a massive expression of the Western spirit that is inseparable from the other Western cultures. This is them expressing that side of themselves. You know, they like, you know, the checkered floor of Freemasonry, how they interpret the yin yang, right, as Luciferian white rapist light and pure darkness of sin for anyone who doesn't want to kiss their ass. So that's also why they change my voice sometimes to make it sound like a gay guy, sometimes more like a gangster. You know, my voice is pinpointed normal naturally. It's like a beautiful, handsome mulatto guy's voice that's very divine. And over the years, from the fuming, they've changed it, from editing the videos, you know, it's fucking petty. And you say, well, you know, why would they do that? Well, why would rock and roll people paint their face and stick their tongue out? Why does everyone think it's cool to stick their tongue out? They're showing that solidarity with you know, with Harry and William and Charles and the royals and the governing class and the corporations. They're showing that solidarity with rock and roll, man. These people, it's pathetic, you know. They don't even know not to persecute me. Okay, even in the Bible, their own book, the demons did not directly confront Jesus. They did not order persecution. Jesus is in charge. He says, anytime I want, I could shut this down and send legions of angels, okay? Especially from their interpretation. They do not even know not to persecute me. Just complete idiots, don't understand their own book, call themselves Satanist fools, right? When he cast out the demons into a pig, he said, I want you demons to go in a pig. I tell you right now, I want you demons to stop persecuting me, to obey me, to compensate me and my family for what you've done, okay? And to order attractive women to submit, so I can pick a suitable helper who won't be the same as the Queen of Queens or even a wife to me, but will be somebody who can bear witness, who I can be close to, and so on and so forth. But they're not going to do that because there's little kids that never grew up. You know, a man has to make a profound decision for their family, especially elders, older people. They got to sit down and say, what is the right thing to do here? These people came up with this bullshit gang stalking sissy choir boy fucking pedophile garbage. instead of making sound masculine decisions for their family. Okay, it is fucking pathetic. And they'll never be men, and their offspring will never be men, and they'll live pitiful lives, and they'll go off to eternal punishment, having stole the planet from the righteous, and God allowed them to, because the planet is like a rotten apple. It's like you stole an apple that is rotting from the righteous, and you think you're doing something, and you're mocking them and everything. Man, it's fucking stupid. You people need to grow way the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? But you're, after I'm gone, there's no way for you to do it. That's why it's called growing up, right? Up and out, up toward the heavens, not toward hell. And without valid leadership, and I'm the only valid leader, what's left? You people just go out like bitches.